Hello, everybody. This is Mike Young with aPlantBasedDiet.org, and I've got an awesome special guest today that I would love to learn about, and I'm going to. We're all going to learn about him today. It's Fab the Vegan from Tampa, Florida. Welcome.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And how do you pronounce your name? I didn't want to try.
Oh, my name Fabrizio.
Okay, Fabrizio. Okay.
That's it. AKA Fab the Vegan.
All right, awesome. Well, let's get right into it. How did you become Fab the Vegan? What does this mean? What's the story behind it all?
Well, the story behind it is about 2013, so about 8 years ago.
Yeah.
I was obese, diabetic. I had all sorts of problems. My highest weight was like 310.
Whoa.
Yes, 310. And at 2013, I was 50 years old. And
Right.
I went to the doctors. And at that time, when I went to the doctors, my weight always fluctuated because, when you're unhealthy, it goes up, down. My diet wasn't correct. So I think when I went to the doctors, I was like 240 and real sick, real diabetic. And the physician told me, I told her I didn't feel good, that I really didn't feel good. I was popping medicines and I really didn't feel good. I go, is there anything I can do about it? She goes, no, there's nothing you can do. You're going to be a diabetic the rest of your life. We're going to increase your milligrams and your dose and your medicine. We're going to, if that doesn't work, we'll put the pump on the side, and I was like, here I'm 50 years old. And I was like at the end of my rope. So I was, oh my God, did I really get to this in my life?
Well, I have a question. When they told you all this, do you have a family history of this? Were they saying it's genetic? Is that what they were telling you?
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly. So then I said, no, there's got to be a better way. So I went home and I went into Google, into YouTube, and just typed in how to control diabetes type 2. That's all I put. I didn't know what can be reversed. And I started finding out about different diets and this. Then I ran into this thing called vegan. Back then it was vegan, wasn't plant-based.
Right.
And I said, wow, this is interesting. Then I started looking into the YouTubes, and then I started seeing what the dairy company does, what the animal factories and all that. I'm thinking they lived and I think they're living in a nice farm. That's what I grew up thinking,
The image,
the image, so the marketing image, exactly. So I said, you know what, I'm going to give this a shot. I was unhealthy. I was diabetic. I was sick. And already by the age of 47, I already had a mild heart attack.
Oh.
So my health was I was obese for 25 years. I didn't know anything about nutrition. I thought nutrition just meant eating anything. I thought nutrition meant
get all your minerals and vitamins somehow.
Exactly. So I said, you know what? I said, no, there's got to be something I can do. I couldn't even drive. I couldn't even stand up and shave. I was always dizzy. Well, I was popping medicines.
Let me ask you a question. You said 2014. Is that what you said? Something
2013. 2013.
Okay. That's around the same time that I finally got rid of dairy. That was my last thing. But I wanted to know, I'm curious, because my experience back then, which I'd call like the dark ages of veganism, plant-based, it's like there's nobody else around. I mean, I didn't know anybody. I had no friends, no family. They all thought I was just lost it. Did you have that kind of experience?
Oh, forget about it. Nobody. They were telling me, oh, you better watch it. How are you going to get your protein? All this other stuff. They said, I heard that's not healthy. I heard this, I heard that. But I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. I didn't care what family said, what friends said, and everything. I started doing my research. So I made the executive choice. I knew that I couldn't become vegan or plant-based overnight. Here I am 50 years old, and I ate meat from the day I was born till I was 50. I said, you know what? I learned everything. I was learning as I learned. I started cutting out, animal products. The first thing I let go was dairy, because I heard how inflammatory it was. I did my research and how it was with diabetes.
Yeah.
So I said, that's it. I ain't doing that no more. And then as I continued from dairy, I continued to pork, to pig. Then I went to cow. Then I went to chicken, and little by little. And it took me a year and a half to get rid of all the animal products. And the last thing I gave up was eggs. And that was it. I gave up eggs. I was mid 2014. And 3 months later, I went for my blood work. And the doctor goes to me, you're looking kind of skinnier. I said, well, thank you. She said, so I went, I got my blood work, and then she goes, oh, I want to talk to you about your blood work. I said, I was like, I'd never told anybody I was vegan or plant-based or anything, So what I started doing, as I checked my numbers, I saw that I didn't need the pills. So I stopped taking them. So if my blood sugar was okay, I didn't take no pills, As I corrected my diet, I didn't take no pills. If I saw it was a little high, I took the pills that I needed to.
Well, that's good. Yeah. Because that can be a major issue, right? If you're on those medications and you don't need them anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, they provide, and I always say, if you're diabetic, it's a Band-Aid. Take them as you correct your diet, because your level, your blood sugar, it's a Band-Aid. That's all it is. Mm-hmm. So as you correct your diet and your body starts getting more stronger, your pancreas starts working a little better, everything, then you'll be able to see by your sugar how you're doing. So I used to check myself all the time, So when I took out an animal from my from my plate, I included something else. I never left an empty plate. So I started including more beans, I started learning how to cook, a lot of lentils, a lot of chickpeas.
Yes.
And so then I went to get my blood work. Then I went to the doctor, and that's when she said, "Oh, Mr. Zambrano, I want to talk to you about your blood work." I said, that's why I went, uh-oh. And then she goes, "I don't know what you're doing." She goes, "I don't know what you're doing, but I don't see no sign of diabetes." She goes, I had told, and that was new to me. I didn't know you can reverse it. I was like, wow. She goes, you don't, she goes, you don't, she goes to me, if people would do more like you do, they won't need me. And she was honest with that. So I've been med free. I was diagnosed with diabetes in 2007 at 44. And at 2014, at 51, I reversed my diabetes. A year and a half later, once I started, of course, exercising, changing my diet little by little, having more veggies, more greens, and little by little, as a diabetic, I started including more fruit. I have my fruit in the morning, not at nighttime, because when you're still diabetic, the fructose can still affect.
Yes.
So you manage it, and then after that, and today, I go crazy with fruit. I go crazy with everything. I eat, So I reversed my diabetes, and then I said, well, let me check something else. I made an appointment for the eye doctor. And when I originally was diagnosed, he told me, they're looking back at your eyes, they see something back there that diabetics have. And then he said, be careful, because take your medicine, because, you could go blind,
Yeah, I've heard that. Yes.
Yeah, you could lose your eyesight. And I was bad already. So I said, okay, not a problem, so I started doing that. But again, if you don't have the knowledge how to do it, you don't know how to do it. So you could probably be hurting yourself even more.
Yes.
So anyway, so I continued my things. So after I had my doctor's appointment, I went to the eye doctor. And so he looks at my eyes. He goes, okay, how you doing, Mr. Zambrano? Blah. I say, I'm doing fine. And he goes, wow, you looking skinnier these days. I said, well, thank you. I changed my diet. I didn't tell I was plant-based vegan. I changed my diet. I started, making healthier choices,
Yep.
I started exercising more. He goes, all right, let's see. So he did the usual. Then, okay, he dilated my eyes. He said, okay, let's check for that diabetes. How we doing? And then, no lie, he was like, he took the bike. He went like this. He was looking at my eye, up and down, this and that. And I go like this. He goes, Mr. Zambrano. He goes, I don't know I don't see no sign of diabetes. He goes, your eyes are perfectly fine. He goes, I go, there's no diabetes. I said, wow, well, thank you. So by the doctor's, physician's word, they told me I have reversed my diabetes.
That's amazing.
I stopped, and I stopped taking meds back then. So it's been, my God, 6+ years. No meds, no nothing. I exercise. I actually went down. Now I'm 165 in weight, and my highest, like I said, was like 310, and to my amazement, I did it so slow. I exercised slow. I have no stretch marks. I don't have no hanging skin. I didn't take no surgeries, no powders.
The body just corrects. The body heals itself. Is that right?
Thank you.
You give it the right condition. Yeah, it's amazing.
You give it the right condition, and it's like, as we gain weight, our skin stretches little by little.
Right.
Stretches like a rubber band. Like a rubber band. And then it loses elasticity because it's been like this for so long,
Right.
But if we feed it and we do it slow, the body actually starts, like the rubber band starts getting elasticity, starts getting the bounce back. And I tell you, I have nothing. I have taken no surgeries, no powders. And that's why I tell people, hard work. You didn't get there overnight. You're not going to get
that's Well, that's a very important piece of information, because
yes,
I do hear from people that are like, well, yeah, I am overweight. I've been that way for so long. And yeah, what am I going to look like if all that goes away? It's going to be
yes,
hanging everywhere, right? But you're telling me no.
no. And that's because we believe those fat diets, all those things that diet company are putting out, it's a market. It's a market when they get you from January to March or April. They take all your money with powders, machines, and everything. They make you join the gym and everything.
Right.
And then you fall out, but you try to do it so quick, and you set yourself some unrealistic goals that you're never going to achieve. So if you've been carrying weight, extra weight for an amount of time, take your time. Relax. We got, like I said, even in business, you got to have a 5-year plan.
Yes.
Have a 5-year plan with your health.
There's very few overnight successes in anything, right?
Yeah, and anything. And if it's overnight, it's not gonna last.
Yeah.
Because
exactly.
because as you change your diet, as you start exercising, you start getting more, more plant-based nutrients. You start learning. Your mind starts changing because you start looking at food are totally different. Food is no longer something you eat to fill yourself. Now you're eating to fuel yourself.
Right.
So you got to fuel. So your mentality changes. Once your mentality changes, your lifestyle changes. Once your lifestyle changes, they could put anything in front of you, and you're not going to touch it if you know it's not good for you, because it starts here and it ends here. Like a lot of people say, oh, Fab, you don't miss, piece of steak or, pork chops, things. I go, see, when you tell me that, I don't see the animal.
Right.
What I see is fat. What I hear is fat. You don't miss the diabetes. You don't miss the obesity. You don't miss not being able to tie your shoes. You don't miss not even you don't miss not even being able to clean yourself properly.
Yeah.
I go, that's what translates for me, because my mind has transformed.
Yep.
So when you regain your health, all that it doesn't matter anymore.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. It's like learning how to walk. You get into an accident, you got crutches, and you train to walk again.
That's true. You have to retrain. That's right.
You got to retrain.
Some of the things you said, I have a few questions.
Yes.
Well, first of all, your name. Are you Hispanic American, Hispanic, Cuban?
Hispanic.
Yes.
I'm Hispanic. Yes, and some Italian in me.
Okay. I'm just wondering, like I know that Hispanic culture is very meat heavy. I said, well, like the United States is the same way. I mean, too. But how was that in the beginning? Because I know I had a hard time, right?
Yeah.
But I wasn't. I'm from a different background. So how was that with you, not knowing anyone in the beginning, and were there pressures there from family, friends?
Oh yes. Right. A lot of pressure. But that's what I tell people. When it comes down to this, it has to be about yourself. You got to stop saying, a lot of people say, oh, I'm going to do it for my kids. I'm going to do it for my wife, for my husband, my partner. No, wrong. Because when they fail you, you're going to fail yourself. The thing is, I'm going to do it for myself. And I was already 50, diabetic, obese, mild heart attack already. I was 1 foot in the grave. And I tell you, I made the decision, no, I'm going to do this for myself. I had no support, no support, no nothing, but I did it for myself. And I started training. I started going to the gym. I tell you, 10 minutes of treadmill used to kill me. I'll be dying.
In the beginning, right? Yeah.
Oh my God, it's the worst. So, I heard a lot of things, a lot of negative things from very close people, or, very close people to me. But again, you have to always remember it's for yourself.
Yes. Yeah. It sounds like you made that mental decision, right?
Yeah.
I think that you and I have a lot of similar things in the fact that, well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like we just learned this information ahead of the average person, right? Because and because the internet was there comes a time when this information is going to be out there and it's going to be available and people are going to start reading it. And I think you did, I did. So it's
exactly. It's like when I speak, I also speak, they ask me, what was the hardest thing about you going vegan or plant-based? I go, you want to know the hardest thing? It's family. I tell them.
Yeah.
Close friends that I thought were my friends. I go, that's the hardest thing. And you got to overcome that. You have to be strong, and you got to say, this is for me. Yes, you're going to hear negative things. And a lot of times I speak on it because this is true. It's that people closest to you are the ones that actually they say you can't do it. I even, somebody close to me told me, hey, Fab, you're going through a midlife crisis. Go get yourself a Harley like everybody else and get done with it. I'm like, wow. And that was somebody very close to me.
Yes.
And I was like, wow. But I said, no, this is for me. And I just started learning. I started listening to a lot to YouTube. I was binging on YouTube, some plant-based, vegan stuff. I'm learning how to cook. I started going to a lot of health seminars and learning and sitting down. Dr. Furman was one of them. I went to see him in Georgia, and he spoke one weekend. Our whole weekend was a thing about the egg, how bad the egg is. He goes, he separated the white from the yolk. He said, I go, the white is still an egg, he said.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
I came, and literally that's when I came home. I emptied out the eggs I had in my fridge, and that was it. Later on, I reversed my diabetes. I kept training, and I actually started gaining muscle. And I was obese like for 25 years,
Yeah.
And it's the body's incredible. That's if you just give it a chance. I tell people, become friends with your body and your mind. Don't oppose it. Become a friend. Embrace it.
All right.
Embrace it. Let him talk to you. Let your mind talk. Let your body talk to you. Your body's always trying to communicate with you. When you feel a pain when you get up, it's your body telling you got to get something right. There's something wrong there. You feel a pain, the body talks to you every day.
Yes, I agree. Let me ask you a question. Since you've described very accurately here how you used to be before you started transitioning over. I think that a lot of people maybe can't understand that because they seem to feel like they're okay, or maybe they just don't feel all right. But that's a slow process, right? It's an extremely slow, lifelong process. You don't know any better, right? You probably didn't. Did you not know you could feel this good that you do now? Did you not know?
No, I didn't even know. You accept the fact you're going to get old, and that's what old means.
Right.
That I accepted the fact I'm 40, I'm old, I'm obese, I'm diabetic. Well, that's what happened with my family. So that's what it is. A lot of people say, you must feel good. You must feel like a 20-year-old. You must feel like a 30-year-old. I said, I don't know what it is to be a 20 or 30-year-old. I go, because back then I felt like crap. I didn't feel that good.
You look back at it, sure.
Exactly. I go, if you ask me how I feel to be a healthy 58 years old, because I'm going to be 58 next month, I go like this. I could tell you, I go, because a lot of people I know my age are not doing too good,
Yes. What do you say? People that are 58 or around that. I mean, I hear it. I'm not up to 58 yet, but I hear that the older you get, the harder it is to find anybody that's not on medication or some kind of maintenance. Right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, yeah. Everybody's on medication. You know how it is. That's how it works. Little by little, you start eating processed food. You start eating animals that are not good for you. Little by little, they give you the medicine. It's a process. By the time you're 40, most people are on diabetes, medication, high blood pressure, heart disease. By 50, you're like, and you're so stressed because you've been working, and now you're looking for retirement. But your retirement doesn't mean anything anymore because
that's right. Without your health, right? You're suffering the whole time.
Exactly. Without your health, there's no wealth. So here you are. You worked all your life for this money, and now you got to give it to the pharmacist, to the doctor, to the pharmaceuticals, because you didn't take care of your health. We all got a choice. As you get older, you got to even start taking even more care of yourself.
Yes.
It's like a car. The older the car gets, and the higher the mileage, you got to make sure you change the oil, you check the brake lines, you fix it.
If you hear some little noise in that car, you got to deal with it before it becomes a big noise, right?
Exactly. But what are we used to? When we hear noise in the car, we turn off the radio.
Yeah, that's right. That's not the way to do it. Yeah.
That's not it. But if we really think about it, that's how a lot of us do it. Oh, I hear a little noise. That's okay. I'll take this pill. And that's the way things are built. So we got to break away from the norm, and we got to definitely take care of ourselves because we got to get older. God willing, we're going to live longer,
I'm impressed because it sounds like, I think we have a lot of in common, but it's especially nice to hear someone such as yourself, someone that's not me, that you really are an independent thinker, and you want to learn the truth, right? I mean, what's gotten you to this point is being open-minded enough to learn that what is the truth, and that has transformed you. Just that.
Yes. And definitely don't be afraid to break tradition. Don't be afraid to go against, what you've been taught. You have to learn how to be retaught, and this is 2021. Everything is out there in the open now. Things that people like us, we're very active and we're telling people, and people can see it now stuff. We're definitely doing something right. you know?
Yeah, you're a great example of that. And how about if there are folks out there watching, and I know I've been in this place in my life, and actually I have a tendency to go back to it. I think everyone does. That you don't want to leave your comfort zone, right?
Exactly.
So you definitely completely removed yourself from your comfort zone. What do you say to people? What do you, because I think that some folks can't do it. They feel like they can't do it, but I like what you said about being friends with your body. What would your body really say about leaving your comfort zone, right? Well, I don't know.
Exactly. Your body, that's what it goes back to say. You have to focus, and you got to say, what I'm doing is for me. See, a lot of people, like it goes back to what I was saying before, a lot of people do it for their partners. They do it always for somebody else.
All right.
And when that person fails, you fail. Because, he or she don't care. They don't care what I'm doing. And the first person we punish is ourselves. You know what I mean? So we got to try to get off the mentality, try to say, no, I'm going to do it for me. I want to feel better. I want to feel healthy. And it's so amazing because and that's why I call myself Fapto Vega, the plant-based health influencer. Yes. Because the first people I influenced was my family. Yes. My daughter was vegetarian. She went completely vegan. My son went vegan. Their wife and husband are vegan, and my my grandkids are vegan.
Nice.
So I'm already reversing generations so they don't have to worry about my grandkids. Don't have to worry about diabetes or heart disease anymore. So you break tradition, and you got to think to yourself, who am I doing this for? I do it for me, but you could also be an influencer in your life. You could also change just by your actions, right? Just saying, you know what? Tonight I'm going to choose to maybe Meatless Monday. I'm going to choose something plant-based, something healthy for me, and you start like that. That's all it is. But you start doing it for yourself, one day at a time. That Chinese proverb, it says, what is it? 1,000-mile journey starts with one step.
Yeah.
One step. And that's how we got to think. And that's how I did. I mean, the first year wasn't easy. I felt like I was dying sometimes. It ain't easy. I felt like I was starving, but I already knew that I ate what I should. And a lot of times, I wasn't paid.
Yeah, I try to say to people when that happens, I feel like the body, even if what you're changing to is something better, it doesn't like to change. It wants to stay the same, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because that's what works for it. That's what worked for the body. So the body said, no, who likes change?
Right. Right. Nobody does. That's it. When you leave the comfort zone, if there's a good reason to leave it, then you should leave it, right?
Exactly.
If it's bad reason, then don't do that.
Exactly. And it's the only way we're going to live. The only way is by getting out of the comfort zone. And you'll be thankful, because I look back now, 8 years, and I say, if I never would have made that choice to do what I did, exercise and start going plant-based, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be talking to you.
The way the symptoms you had. And how does that feel as like when you start to recognize that you, through what you're mostly putting in your mouth, other things too, can take control of your health? How does that feel? Is that empowering? How is that?
It is amazing. It's amazing that this right here is the fountain of youth. This is what you put. You can kill yourself. You calm yourself. It's this in the movie Shawshank Redemption from the 90s. There's a famous quote that says, "Get busy living or get busy dying." So everything you do during your day, the day that you're here, present today, either you're getting busy living or you're getting busy dying. You understand? So you could get up and choose, you know what? I can't go to the gym, but I can choose to go walk a block. You're getting busy living. Or you could say, I can't walk. I just sit on my couch and binge on Netflix. You're getting busy dying. So every day you have a choice to get busy living or get busy dying.
Right.
And your plate, you're getting busy living or you're getting busy dying. Everything you do, the people you associate with.
Yeah, I guess a lot of folks might say that, that doesn't apply, or doesn't apply to me anyway. But I believe you, it does. I think it applies to everyone, and I think you cannot escape that. That's the thing.
You got to hit that wall. You got to hit that, because that's part of life. That's that's where you make your choice. That's where you come against the wall and you say, okay, what am I going to do? We all go there. We all hit it. A lot of people choose to go left. A lot of people choose to go right. But you got to go somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to mention that I've seen the headline actually in Tampa recently that from one of the local news sources says there's a vegan renaissance going on in Tampa right now. So more people are hearing about this, right?
Exactly. You know, I'm always down by downtown Tampa because I belong to the Tampa Club.
Yes.
You know, so I'm down here, as a matter of fact, now. Oh, yes, started changing. When I first started coming here, it was only, you know, a couple of, you know, there was a restaurant, vegan cafe, and the other was a little option, but, you know, you got to be careful, things like that, you know. But now they're all over the place because people are waking. People say, you know what?
Yes.
People want to feel healthy, especially with the year we had, 2020. People, you know what? I got to get healthy. I want to live. You know, 2020 is look like death. It stared them in the eye.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and either you back up or you say, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take the bull by the horn. And in other words, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah. And that's something I noticed too. I try to have to use non-vegan, use vegan expressions like the bull by the horn. I guess it's an old one.
Yeah.
Kill two birds. Yeah. I try to use substitute, but I get it. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Well, let me also ask you a question. You sound very upbeat. You know, you sound really.
Thank you.
I'm guessing you weren't like this when back in 2014. I mean, it's part of that trap, that tomb that people get, surrounded by.
Well said. Tomb.
Yeah.
Well said. And that's what. And then little by little, that's what happens. You know, like when an animal knows it's going to die, you know, in the wild, what they do is they go, or even other, and the pets, when they know they're going to die, they actually crawl to like a dark space and they wait.
Yeah.
You know, nice and peaceful. They already know, and they crawl to a cave or whatever, under a house, whatever, because they know. So as humans, we tend to do the same thing too. Yeah. Instead of fighting, instead of not going quietly into the night, you know, like that poem, he said, don't go quietly into the night, fight. You know, it's a beautiful poem. We go quietly into the night. No, fight. You know, this is what we got. This is what we got. You know,
I'm totally with you. Everything you're saying. Another thing that you may, I'm wondering what you think of this philosophy is that I really think that anyone can do anything. People, any individual is capable, right? I mean, if you know that you can heal yourself because of the food, anyone can do that. I think that also, like when people get down in despair and they are in that cycle, let's say that you were in pre-2014, you probably didn't think you could do anything, right? It's like a self-defeating. It's
yes.
But everyone, I believe everyone has the ability to break out of that, right?
Everyone. And I tell people, I'm nobody special. I just was a guy who decided to do it. Mm-hmm. I'm nobody special.
Yeah.
But I decided to do it for myself.
Well, you are special. So, you're special because you're delivering that message right now to others.
Exactly. You know, sometimes I'm like, wow, here I am, 8 years later, talk about health, in the way that where I was, I just wanted to lose a little weight and control my diabetes. And as I started my journey, I found out that I can reverse it. Oh my God, I'm losing weight. I'm looking younger. I was like, wow, I love this. And I love it to this day. Like I said, I'm going to be 58 and I feel amazing. I feel great. I'm happy that my body's healthy. That I'm able to do a lot of things that I never thought I would, like run around with my grandkids.
Yes.
Like cycling. And I tell people, like when I do talking, I go, it's not the big things that we miss. It's the little things in life. When we carry extra weight, when we're sick or we don't eat properly, we miss taking a walk. We miss pulling out the bike from the garage and going for a bike ride. We miss tying our shoelaces. We miss just walking from the car to the supermarket without sweating, because I know how diabetes are. I was diabetic.
Yeah.
All those little things, meeting with friends and going for a walk, or saying in the morning, come on, honey, let's go for a walk. Those are the little things that make us human, know? And those are the little things that is taken away by bad food choices. So if you put right food choices, all those things you're going to acquire again, because you're going to have so much energy. Your couch is like, that's not feeling good. I'm going to go for a walk.
Yeah.
You get your earbuds, you put your music, and you go for a walk. And that's what life is about.
And now going forward, you're getting close to 60. You seem like you've got tons of energy. It seems like you're just beginning, if you ask me. Right? Yes. I mean, you see out there that the average age of a person is like 78 years old, something like that. But we all know how people don't usually take care of themselves. To me, it's amazing that some people live as long as they do. It's a testament to how powerful the human body is and the spirit.
Exactly.
But if you're really trying, like how old, not old, young, how many years do you think we can live, in a vibrant way?
Yeah. My answer to that is a lot of people say, they go, oh, you know what, how long you gonna live, or you trying to live forever? I go, no, you know where it is? I go, this is the key. I go, forever, it's only 24 hours. Because tomorrow is not promised. Yesterday is gone. You're living today. Do you have the energy? Are you alive to live today? So if you live every day, and every day you live a lifetime, you're living.
In the present moment,
the present moment, because even if tomorrow something happens to me, I have lived some good years, and I'm happy for it. You know what I mean? It's like you got to live every day. You got to be present every day. And you said, today is the day. Today I'm going to live. But you never know tomorrow, but you live today. And who knows? And looking at the other way, who knows? I'm going to plan to live forever if I can.
Yeah.
Keep moving, keep very,
I mean, well, you're very inspiring. I hope that you're inspiring a lot of the viewers out there today. And, I'm still wondering, I wonder too, because I've been improving with my health too, as my journey has gone. You keep learning more. I don't know it all. No one probably ever will know it all, but you keep learning more, you do better. You accomplish things that you never thought you would. That's the hope. I think that's the hope that you're delivering the people right here with your message.
Thank you. Exactly. And that's it. There's always hope. There's life to be lived. It's not over. And if you're over 50, life has just begun.
Yes.
It's like I tell people, we already did what society told us to do. Some of us are still married. Some of us are divorced, separated. We had that house. We did this. We built a business. We work. We put in our years. Now it's your turn. Let's live. Whatever it is that you like, start learning how to live. And of course, the common denominator is good health.
Yes.
And you don't have to be 100% perfect, but if you have a little more energy, instead of eating that bacon in the morning and all those animals, that gets you down, depressed, because that's what it does.
Yeah.
It's a depressant.
Yeah.
And you start eating live foods like, greens and your fruit, you're going to feel the difference. And your palate's going to start cleaning. And when you try to go back to that, you're going to get sick. You're going to say, oh my God, I can't believe I ate that all those years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here's what I would say. In summarizing everything you've told us today, I think that if anyone is in a position in their lives where they don't think they're going to be able to get what they want, or they haven't, you're an inspiration to that, because all you have to do is be open-minded enough to consider things that you don't know, to be willing to learn, right?
Exactly.
That's it.
Be willing to learn. That's really it. Be open-minded, learn, study. It may not be for you. I don't know. But how do you know it's not? What I mean? You got to be open-minded. We're open-minded with other things. Be open-minded with food, and you be so thankful you did. You be so thankful, and it's unbelievable. And that's what I tell people, just go for it. You got nothing to lose. But, diabetes, disease, weight.
All the bad things. Yeah, those are the things that you have to lose.
Exactly, And, so that's
the
why,
the non-fun things. That's the thing. I mean, I'd say you seem to be having a lot of fun, too. And I think that, unfortunately, as we get old, as everyone gets old, that fun seems to get smaller and smaller, maybe. I don't know. There's more things that are taking away from that. So I think you're also telling folks that you can bring it all back, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you could, and more. And more, because now you're smart. Now you know how to. Now So you choose the right foods. You choose the right people, the right places. You surround yourself with things that give you life, that give you energy, electrical things. Like fruits. They're all electrical. You gotta be around with people that are electrical. You gotta be places that are electrical. So instead of going places where they drain your energy, you walk out of there charged, and you're like, yes. That's what you need to do. And we have to make that executive choices with food, with people, with places, with everything, even on social media. If you have people that every morning you wake up and they say, oh my God, it's Monday again.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe you need to, and it's okay to unfollow.
Oh, yeah. You're
unfollow.
right. Because social media gets a bad rap, but if you use it in a good way, if you are intentional, right, and a good usage, I think it could be enormous benefits. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like a hammer. Either you use it to build or you use it to destroy. The hammer is not the problem. It's the one behind it. It's like, it's like, I'm going to make a video shortly. you know, it's going to be called, that's it. I'm deleting my Facebook. I'm leaving Facebook.
Oh,
and why?
Are you leaving? You are?
No.
Oh, okay.
But this is going to be the name of it. Because every time people look at the Facebook, they see all this bad energy. And I hear a lot of people say, that's it. I'm getting out of Facebook. That's it. I hate these people. So why do we delete ourselves instead of deleting the people that are causing our Facebook to look horrible? Delete. It's okay to unfollow. It's okay to delete. You only got one life. Get rid of those toxic people. Get rid of the toxic foods. Get rid of the toxic places. Find yourself some electrical beings. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah,
and that's what you need in life. Yes.
I think you're on social media. I think I saw you have Fab the Vegan on Facebook. Is that right?
Yeah, Fab the Vegan, and my personal page, which I post a lot. You know, so yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, people can reach out to you there. Thank you so much for this interview.
Thank you for having me.
It's inspiring to me. You talk about electrical people. You know, I feel charged up now just talking.
Exactly.
We're ready to go.
Exactly. Now we're ready to see. That's what charges you for tomorrow. You see, it's amazing. It's amazing.
So I'm very thankful for you for this interview and for the whole community as well, right? I mean, we're all benefiting from I guess the movement. We know there's a movement out there right now, and it's getting bigger and bigger. So I'm excited to see what the future holds. Really.
Oh my God! I think we're headed to a better place.
Yes.
A lot of shutdowns. You know, I want to be like, you know, years from now when they shut down maybe the last
slaughterhouse.
Slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
I want to say I was part of that.
Yes. All right. Well,
I want to say, you know what? I did my part in shutting those things down, and that's going to be my biggest joy.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Leave a better world for everyone else too. That's
exactly.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you, Fab. Thank you so much. And I hope to talk to you again soon.
Oh, sounds great. Thank you again for the interview.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Yep.
Take care, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.